All right, welcome to this evening's action between the Pensacola Christian College Lady Eagles and the Atlantis University Atlanteans. We'll be playing a best-of-5 match this evening. I'm Garrett Ordway, and joining me tonight is Carrie Ordway. We're looking forward to an exciting match here between the Lady Eagles and the Atlanteans, based in Miami, Florida. No common opponents between these teams yet this season, so it'll be the first look at the competitive spirit between these two. Lady Eagles played in a few away games last weekend, LaGrange and Toccoa, among others. And we'll be looking forward to this match tonight and then playing Atlantis University again tomorrow morning. We'll be back with you after the national anthem, lineups, prayer, etc. So tune in again with us in just a few minutes.
Welcome to the Nest, the home of the Pensacola Christian College Eagles. Tonight's game is between the Atlantis University Atlanteans versus your PCC Lady Eagles. The National Christian College Athletic Association is committed to the true spirit of competition and upholding the 4 core values of the game plan for life: love, integrity, faith, and excellence. We ask that each participant, official, and spectator join us in exhibiting these Christ-like characteristics and help create a positive environment in which to enjoy today's competition. At this time, please stand for prayer and remain standing for the national anthem. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for this day. Thank you for letting us be able to come here, and please help us to play the best of our abilities and for us to show Christ-like sportsmanship in all that we do. Help us do it to your honor and your glory. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Tonight's sports medicine coverage is provided by the Andrews Institute and Baptist Healthcare, the official sports medicine provider for Pensacola Christian College. Starting tonight for Atlantis University, number 0, Julia Copeland. Number 2, Melissa Montenegro. Number 4, Darlenis Medina. Number 9, Irma Cortez. Number 12, Sandy Flores. Number 44, Imelande Joseph. number 88, Naomi Arellano. The Atlanteans are led by Coach Aaron Vargas. And now the starting lineup for your Pensacola Christian College Lady Eagles. A freshman from Pensacola, Florida, number 4, Hannah Romero. A junior from St. Anne, Illinois, number 8, Allie McGirt. A junior from Durham, North Carolina, number 12, Victoria Hamilton. A sophomore from Houston, Texas, number 14, Grace Liu. A junior from Beloit, Wisconsin, number 17, Cora Lathers. A junior from Phoenix, Arizona, number 19, Kenzie Folker. A freshman from Grand, Michigan, number 20, Michaela Kinney. The Lady Eagles are led by Coach Kaylin Oman with assistant coach Supa Leota. The officials for today's games are Dan Howard, Cynthia Ellis, Helen Kelchner, and Claire Arrington.
All right, the starting lineups have been announced. We are in the nest here at Pensacola Christian College for this matchup between the Atlantis University Atlanteans and the Pensacola Christian College Lady Eagles. The Lady Eagles coming in to turn around a tough weekend, some competition they faced. Carrie, what are you looking for them to accomplish, to work on in their match today?
I think in a situation like this where you're in the midpoint of your season and you've come off a tough weekend of competition where you didn't do as well as you had hoped that you would do, it's important to fight the mental battle in this next game, to just go back to the fundamentals and really prove to yourself that you have mastered those fundamentals and get comfortable with those again.
Right, we see the teams taking the court here, just kind of looking through the different lineups the officials are before we get this match underway.
As you pointed out before the match, this is the first time that the Lady Eagles have played Atlantis University, and so that's always interesting as well, coming into a match against a team that you've never played, as well as a team that you don't even have any common competition with at this point. So definitely that will keep you on your toes. You have no past experience to build on. But once again, going back to the fundamentals is really your answer to any of those situations.
Right, get the block up, get the dig in place, the back row defense in place, get the offense set up, and look to score. Hannah Romero will be back to start the service for the Lady Eagles. It's over and in, a good one. Atlantis, though, gets their offense going, however. Emelande Joseph hits it into the net. Folker, McWirt, and Hamilton in the front row. Grace Liu joining the libero Lathers and the server, Hannah Romero, in the back row. Lefty swing. Folker, back set. Oh! Grace Liu runs up from the back row, but does make contact with the net. Some miscommunication on where Folker was going with that?
Yeah, I think a little bit of miscommunication on the play call.
Joseph back to serve. It's long, and the Lady Eagles watch it go out. And Bethany Gamble will enter the game for Grace Liu. Big swing from Atlantis, and it just dives in front of Lathers for a point. Gym filling up here with some students. We have some teams sticking around from the Eagles Classic Invitational, where some soccer and volleyball teams came in from the southeast. High school teams came in from the southeast to play here on the campus of Pensacola Christian College. And that one, a good block there by the Lady Eagles. I'm sorry, a good swing off the block and down on the Atlantis side. Michaela Kinney enters the game for the libero as McWirt heads back to serve. Oh, just didn't quite get over. And Lathers will re-enter in her spot. Naomi Ariano entering the game for Atlantis. Back to serve. Lathers up to Folker. Back set. Deked for Gamble and collision at the net. Watching the collision, the point, okay, did go to Atlantis. Might have been Hamilton in the net. Getting some clarification there. The Lady Eagles crossing the center line gives the point to the Atlanteans. This one over Hamilton. Oop, up high. Lathers, though, gets it back up toward the middle. Folker gets it over. Set wide for the Atlanteans. Off the block, Hannah Romero is there. Folker out wide to Hamilton. She puts a swing on it, and it's into the net. All right, a few points in here, Carrie. What are you noticing so far?
It still very much feels like a feeling out process here at the beginning of this set, where the Lady Eagles are kind of, you know, trying to figure out the habits, the patterns of their opponent.
Big swing there from Hamilton in the middle, net violation from the Atlanteans. It just feels a little disjointed to me.
Yeah, and that feeling out process is perfectly fine as long as you make sure that during the process you're not giving up unnecessary points.
Oh, a great serve there from Hamilton, and it leads to a point. Jump serve with that top spin. You like a competitive serve there from Hamilton.
Yeah, competitive and consistent.
Over and in, overpass. Oh, boy. And maybe some miscommunication there from the Lady Eagles. An unfortunate error. And there's those unforced errors that you don't want to make in that feeling out process. Certainly both teams feeling each other out. Staying close here, 6-5 lead for the Atlanteans. Irma Cortez serves it up. Back row swing for Hamilton, off the block, Lathers there. Oh, what a touch from Romero, right down. And excellent court recognition.
Great defense as well to keep that ball alive during that play.
Right, it's important positioning for, even as your attackers are swinging, for that defense to get in position off the, for balls off the block. Lou over, good serve there. Back row swing for the Atlanteans.
Great dig by Lou.
Hamilton, an overpass. Lathers takes this one. Folker, Lou a back row attack, and a net violation for the Atlanteans. A lot of back row attacks here early for the Eagles, it feels like.
Yeah, and that's interesting. While it's not uncommon to see back row attacks from this Eagles team, this definitely is more frequent than what we've been used to.
Kinney, Romero, and Folker in the front row. Lou, Hamilton, and Lathers in the back row. Lathers lets it go out. Right, Lou and Hamilton, both good swingers in the back row. Romero, when she's in the back row, a great swinger back there as well. Just gives the Lady Eagles offense some variety to work with. And if the setter's a bit out of position, she's got a place to go with the ball.
Yeah, yep, absolutely.
8-7 lead for the Lady Eagles. However, that serve into the net sends Sandy Flores back to serve for the Atlanteans. Trading service aces, point back to the Lady Eagles. McWirt enters for McKinney. With the libero switch there, of course. Lather serves it over. Back row swing, Romero there off the net. Lou from the back row takes it a little easier, gets it over. Wide swing here, block is up, and net contact from the Atlanteans leads to a point for the Lady Eagles. Offense has looked a little more insistent these last few plays for the Lady Eagles. And a poor contact there. 11-7 now the lead for the Lady Eagles. And just before the serve was whistled ready, we have a timeout from Atlantis University. The teams will regroup, and we'll join you again here in just a minute. Some spirited encouragement from Darlenis Medina, the libero from Atlantis University during that timeout. Coach Oman's Lady Eagles ready to play here. Lathers, the libero with the set. Swing there, off the block of McWhirter. This one in the middle and just in between the two hitters. Maybe some miscommunication there from the setter, Yvette Giraldo. Poor Lathers with a 12-7 lead, hits it hard and it just goes out beyond the back line. Number 2, Melissa Montenegro, enters for Atlantis University. Hamilton up to Folker. McWhirter goes high off some hands, overpass, and Folker, with that little dump she likes to do as a setter, gets the kill. Good court recognition there from Kenzie. It just seems like every time we see her, she's more and more comfortable taking on this full-time setter position this season.
One thing that's kind of interesting is that, you know, it's easy to look at these games sometimes and these players as if they're operating in a vacuum. But even thinking about the circumstances, once again, we've talked so much about these players being student athletes, balancing a full academic load. But even just the timing of this game, a game on a Friday night at 7 p.m. at the end of a full week.
Oh, what a swing from McWhirter. Great timing there between Folker and McWhirter. 15-8 lead.
Yeah, it's swings like that and plays like that that bring that energy into a game that sometimes might be lacking otherwise at the end of a long week, right before midterms begin especially.
Romero over and just a bit wide on that serve attempt. Right, you are always concerned with the energy coming into the game and maybe a bit disjointed there at the start, but they've certainly ratcheted it up here as we've moved deeper into this first set. A service fault on the line indicated there on the Atlantis serve. Gamble will re-enter for Lou. Folker over, oh, it just got up from Atlantis. Off the block. Kenzie to Hamilton. Dug way up in the air. Kind of a roll hit there that just found a spot down the line. Tough placement there from Atlantis. Leads to a point. (16-10) lead now for the Lady Eagles. Oh, a good serve handled by Romero. Oh, and just a bit wide. Folker unable to get it inside the antenna. Lady Eagles serve, receive, ready to start the offense. Carolinas Medina back to serve for Atlantis, and that one goes off lathers. And behind the back line, Lady Eagles unable to retrieve that one.
It's these times when this upperclassmen leadership can make such a difference with what's going on in the court. And just from our vantage point right here, you know, you could see senior Bethany Gamble try to encourage her teammate, try to get up some energy, and really bring the focus back, try to clean up some of those little mistakes.
Kayla Kinney into the front row. As McGuirk goes back to serve, that one scrapes the tape, but over. Up high. Volker decides to take that one on two, and it works out. Off an Atlantis player and out for a Lady Eagle score. McGuirk back to serve. Her serve always very competitive. It feels like just getting over the net. That one as well. That one pushed a little deep. Romero's there though. McGuirk there for the second hit. Oh, and Hamilton doesn't quite get enough topspin, and it falls just behind the back line. Lady Eagles discussing some serve receive. Hamilton's there for it. Volker, quick one to Gamble, off some hands. Atlantis still playing it, and that one swung and hit wide. 19-13 lead for the Lady Eagles. That's something communicated before the play on that quick set between Volker and Gamble?
Yeah, absolutely. And really, you could see a lot of communication benefiting the Eagles throughout that play.
Enough so that 19-13 lead for the Lady Eagles leads to an Atlantis University timeout. All right, both teams have returned to the court, and it's Hamilton back to serve for the Lady Eagles. Her presence always a boost on the floor for the Lady Eagles. Definitely a vocal leader of this team as well. Oh, and that one, a great serve there again from Tori Hamilton.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the strengths she brings to this team, apart from her performance and her athletic performance, is the level of intensity that she brings to each match.
Oh, off. Oh, good dig by Kinney. Volker gets it over. That one tight. Oh, Volker there. Oh, just unable. Kinney with a couple of great dives there.
Yeah, absolutely. I've been so impressed with Michaela Kinney throughout the season. You know, we talked at the very beginning of the season as she started her freshman season with the Eagles that, you know, we're really impressed by this talent. And she's just continued to improve throughout the season, which has been really exciting, especially to think of the prospect of that continuing over the course of the next 3 seasons as well.
All right, a good swing there from Gamble off the block and out of bounds. The Eagles do have that mix in terms of youth and veteran presence on the team. Seeing some of these girls develop over the course of the season is a real joy. This serve from Liu up. Oh, that one in the middle, dug by Hamilton. Romero decides to take second. Kinney with the swing, and it's just a little low into the net.
Great instincts, though, by Romero to take that. That was such a quick first pass up. Those were good instincts, and you saw her quickly get that smile of approval from even the setter on the court from
right, asking asking Leota if maybe she should have gone up and swung on that, I think. And Leota saying, sure, you know, if it's up there and you've got a good beat on it. Lathers now back to serve, 22-15 after that error from Atlantis. High set, but off the block. Lou ends up taking the set, and Romero sneaks it through for a point.
This is something that we've talked about before with this team, but it is somewhat of a unique team in that we have a lot of previously trained setters, so that when they're in a position like that, for Lou to take the second touch and send that set across court, they're really trained to be able to give a really good set for the Lady Eagles to attack.
Right, lots of really balanced players on the court for the Lady Eagles. Yvette Giraldo back to serve for the Atlanteans. Hamilton takes it. It's up for Romero. She just gets a touch in there. Oh, excellent vision there to recognize where the opening was at. That one deep, and it just finds the corner. And that will be the end of the first set. 25-16, a Lady Eagles victory. And we'll take a 3-minute break here between the first and second sets and rejoin you shortly.
Choosing a college is so much more than deciding where you're going to live for the next few years. It's choosing a culture, group of people, and academic standard that will shape you into the person you want to become. It's an exciting time, and when you visit campus, it gets even more exciting. It's your moment to get a feel for the atmosphere and community. Catch a game, sit in on classes, visit chapel, make new friends, and so much more. And now you can experience college life your way with multiple visit options. No matter when you come, you'll find a vibrant community influencing the world for Christ. You won't just blend in, you'll belong. So don't wait. See how you can experience PCC today.
Want to get a head start in college? With Pensacola Christian College's online dual enrollment program, you can do just that. Open to juniors and seniors in Christian schools and Abeka Academy homeschoolers, dual enrollment students can take up to 6 online courses per year, all counting towards PCC college credit requirements. With 3 different options throughout the school year and summer and over 20 courses, choose to lighten your college load and, depending on your major, finish college early. You will be able to fit courses around your schedule, a perfect way to complete many of your general college education courses before you graduate high school and step foot on campus. To learn more about getting a head start on your education today, visit pcci.edu/dual enrollment.
All right, we are about ready to start this second set. Hannah Romero led the way for the Lady Eagles, 3 kills, 5 digs, both the top numbers there. Carrie, anything you noticed to work on in this second set?
Serving errors, cleaning up those controllable aspects of the game, the serving errors. Both teams had 5 service errors in the first set, something that's pretty unusual for, I think, probably either team at this point. Once again, might point to a little bit of that mid-season exhaustion the end of a long week. It seems like both teams took a little bit of time to get into system, to get into
Settled
rhythm.
into their, yeah, rhythm was the word I was going to use. Lady Eagles winning the first set 25-16. It'll be Atlantis back to serve first here in this second set. That one deep, and it does sail long. The float serve sometimes doesn't dip,
Yeah.
and does end up a little long. Rotating here, Gamble in for Liu, as we saw in the first set. Folker with the serve there. Tight pass, but handled by Atlantis. Cora gets it up. Romero there to Hamilton. Oh, a good swing by Hamilton. Cross court. Just touched over. Lathers is there. Oh, and McWirt, I think, ended up in the net trying to touch that one over.
Some big swings and some good defense from the Eagles, though, on that play.
Melande Joseph back to serve for Atlantis. And Romero passes that one high. Oh, I thought it was going to be McWirt, but it was Romero in the back row with that swing. Oh, what a block from the Lady Eagles. A very tough angle there. Oh, and that one just sneaks past on the far side. Point for Atlantis.
Tough angle, and I think it was McWirt who got the hand on that ball, and I think it was just the tip of her very finger that is all that it took to get that ball back over.
Hamilton to Folker goes on two. Atlantis ready for it. Set up high, off the block, but just caroms out of bounds. Point again for Atlantis. We've mentioned the block in recent games being a key factor to help start the defense, essentially, and we've seen it in play much in that first set. Gamble with the swing, however handled by Atlantis. Ooh, that one blocks there again, but that one just drops right down for a point again for Atlantis. Few in a row here. You'd like to see the Eagles get off a good first offense, which they have, but dug well by Atlantis so far. Lathers to Folker up high. McWirt takes that swing. The libero up high. Ooh, a big swing on the strong side from Irma Cortez. Unable to quite be dug there for the Lady Eagles, so it goes back to Atlantis' 5-1 lead here early in this second set. Lathers up to Folker. Hamilton ends up taking it. Dug, though, by Atlantis. Lefty swing high, though. Romero handles it. Folker up to Gamble, who swings, handled by Atlantis. Out wide for Cortez. Folker is right there. Setters out. Hamilton with a big swing off the block. And it was ruled a touch there. I saw the far line judge simply signal out, but the up official saw a touch from Atlantis. Point for the Lady Eagles. McWirt back to serve. Handled by Atlantis' libero. Oh, in the middle, good timing, but Lady Eagles defense there.
Great defense.
A big swing, Romero there again, but this time unable to quite get it over to the setter. Sandy Flores, I believe, in the game for Atlantis. Back row set. Oh, and Romero gets it through and down. Points.
You know, we mentioned the back row attack as being a good option to have when you're a little out of system and out of rhythm, but it's also great to have that offense as a viable option on any play. not just as a
Right,
last
that one
resort.
almost looked more designed.
Yeah,
that
I believe it
Folker
was.
Anticipating Romero gets that swing. Hamilton with the service error there. Just looked like it went off the line judge's foot, so just out of bounds. 3-7, the early deficit for the Lady Eagles. That one into the net, and Folker unable to quite get there in time. Just, it feels like some unforced errors for the Lady Eagles here. Ending up in points for Atlantis. Hamilton high for Folker, back set, a good one for Gamble. She goes off the block and it just stops in front of the back line for Atlantis.
That was a great swing from Gamble, and that was perfectly timed in that she read the situation well, knowing that a situation like this, when they were down 5 points, you need to score a point. To lose one more point to an unforced error really just continues that mental battle. So she did a good job of breaking that.
Lou swinging from the back row, deep but handled by Atlantis. Up high, off the block, and just does end up in point for the Atlanteans. Remember, Cortez back to serve. Hamilton gets it to Folker. There for Romero. Oh, what a swing. Emphatically kills for the 5th point of this second set for the Lady Eagles. Lathers now back to serve. McWirt re-entered into the front row. Over a dipping serve. Atlantis just handles it, free ball over. The Lady Eagles will look to use this one. There it is to Romero again. She takes some off of it, and it ends up working out. Oh, I believe we had, before the kill actually occurred, a violation, either net or center line from the Atlanteans. Ooh, tight pass, McWirt there with the block, as the setter just tried to put it over on 2. Libero taking it over on 2 there.
A great read by McWirt.
Oh man, and then she comes back with the kill.
Yeah, that was a huge hit and a huge block for her.
The athleticism from McWirt has definitely been on display tonight. And as Pensacola Christian College tries to close the gap, the deficit now just 2 points, 7-9. Atlantis will take the first time out of this second set. All right, welcome back. 9-7, the deficit for the Lady Eagles. Lathers gets the play started. Oh, that one off the block, still alive. McWirt hits it over. All right, this one up. Oh, above. Okay, it is a point for Atlantis there. A big swing from Emelande Joseph. Sandy Flores back to serve for the Atlanteans. Oh, just goes off Romero's hands and out. Good response there from Atlantis out of the timeout. The Lady Eagles will look to start their offense now. Liu up to Folker. There for Romero. Off the block and scores. We've seen some good things out of Romero this evening. Some good court vision, timing some tips as well as she heads back to serve. Up high for Atlantis, the setter there. Just a back row swing. Oh, good one though.
Great dig.
Oh, another big swing out of the back row. And that one just quite unable to be handled by the Lady Eagles. Melissa Montenegro will re-enter the game for Naomi Arellano. As Yvette Geraldo goes back to serve, and that one's wide of the antenna. Point for the Lady Eagles. Gamble back in for Liu as Folker heads back to serve. Oh. A little bit of a tricky movement there from Atlantis, but they handle it. Set to Hamilton, big swing off the block and out of bounds.
You know, in thinking about what has changed in the last several points where the Lady Eagles have been regaining a little bit of lost momentum here, really you see a lot of cleaned up defense. The serve receive has been significantly better in the last several points, which has really allowed the Eagles to run their offense. We've also seen a lot of great aggressive play at the net, both with blocking and hitting.
All right, big swing there again from Hamilton. Good communication. It ended up that Romero came up to kind of bump set that pass as Folker was a bit screened out of that possible set. And Folker will head back to serve. 12-11 deficit for the Lady Eagles. Up high, a back set, and that not a clean set. Leads to a point for the Lady Eagles. Lady Eagles worked their way back in about midway through this second set. Oh, a good serve there by Folker. 12-12 the tie, a free ball over. Lady Eagles will look to use it. In the middle, Hamilton's there. McGuirt read that one well, but just unable to quite get the block on it. Gamble off the block from a bit of a close set. There's McGuirt in the middle. Boy, she swings hard, and it's kind of between the hands of the blocker and down for a point. Definitely like the aggressiveness of these swings.
Yeah, and setter Folker is doing a great job of reading her hitters, knowing that, you know, when you have a hitter on this hot streak, to keep feeding the ball to that hitter as much as possible. She's been really aware of that.
There it is. The
and
stuff
McGuirt
block.
is really just dominating this net. Being really aggressive, not just with hits, but also with her blocking.
Back row swing here. Oh, a good one. Oh, McGuirt there again, just right through her hands. That looked like the Lady Eagles read that one pretty well, which is something we were looking to see them improve on over the course of the season as well, reading where the hits are coming from and going. Romero with the pass. Timed there to McGuirt. Oh, back row, and Romero is there. Up high for Atlantis, and a big cross-court swing that did just find the corner.
Our line judges have been taking a bit of a beating tonight.
Right, they've both got into the action a little bit. Joseph back to serve for the Atlanteans. Lathers, pass to Folker, there to Gamble. Oh, that one deep. Oh, Romero gets there, kind of an awkward return from Atlantis. Oh, great dig there, deep, but Romero handles it. Folker, back set, Gamble now on the weak side. Oh, and that one just pushed deep, but Lady Eagles are there, still alive. Oh, McGuirt And that one out of bounds. Great scramble.
Great scramble. There's a lot of hustling on that play.
You can tell they didn't want to let that one drop, and they just missed on that bump from McWhort. Over, deep, and out. You heard the Lady Eagles calling that. Kinney now re-entering the game.
You know, when you hear every player on the team call that ball out, it's one thing to have each player physically involved in each volley, but even just to have them verbally involved in every volley makes such a huge difference.
Great serve there from McWhort. Leads to the ace, and now a 16-15 lead here in this second set. Lady Eagles also winning that first set 25-16. Oh, up high, but off the net on the swing from Cortez. She's been very involved in the Atlantean offense tonight. But a good cross-court block kind of forced her to go down the line, and she was unable to get it over the net. That one deep, and oh, just a bit out that time from McWhort. Hamilton in the front row, but back to help with serve receive, along with Lathers and Romero. Oh, a good serve. Oh, Hamilton was there, overpassed it, but Atlantis forced to scramble. Back set to Gamble, a good swing, but blocked by Atlantis. A back set to Hamilton, she gets the swing. Dug up high. Libero takes the second hit, a big swing. Romero passes it. Oh, Kinney ends up trying to set that one and makes the error. Ooh, that one into the net, a strong serve, but not quite over. The Lady Eagles will look to extend their lead as Hamilton goes back to serve. 18-17. Jump serve. Oh, just long. Looking for that to dive just at the end. Didn't quite get there. Adriano enters the game for Atlantis, replacing Montenegro. Lathers there. Oh, just a bit of an overpass, but McKinney, good defense. Oh, and Folker just backs into the net. And as Atlantis takes a slim 19-18 lead, Coach Homan would like to talk things over. Timeout, Lady Eagles. All right, back from our timeout here. Atlantis serves over. Lathers trying to start the offense. Oh, a good little swing there by Gamble. Falls just outside the Atlantis defense.
That's exactly what you want coming out of a timeout in a situation where the Eagles had lost a little bit of the momentum that they had gained. Just a solid serve receive and just a smart play.
Right, it looked like the swing was a little bit more inside of where we've seen Gamble previously. Oh, Romero with the block there in the middle. Point for the Lady Eagles. Oh, and a quick timeout by Atlantis as the Lady Eagles score a couple points. 2019, their lead. All right, Lou back to serve, 2019 lead. This one over. Oh, just up there by the Atlantis libero. Oh, and just not quite dug out cleanly by the Lady Eagles. 20-20 tight second set here. Up and deep. Service error there from Atlantis. Lady Eagles have certainly benefited from several of those. Lathers will head back. Over, oh, deep, but played by Atlantis. But played out backwards, and a point for the Lady Eagles. (22-20). Oh, a big swing, but Hamilton there. Oh, that one, McGuirt gets a hand on it, but it drops just in between. Good positioning by Hamilton there on the back row. Atlantis starts the serve. This one, Romero tries to go a little off speed, but taken by Atlantis. A good swing there by McGuirt on the strong side that time.
Yeah, a lot of good out-of-system play on that volley for the Eagles.
Romero now back to serve. Handled by Atlantis. In the middle, I believe that's Joseph. Volker heads up with the swing. Joseph this time strong side, Hamilton there after the cross court. Oh, this one up in the back row, Lou with the swing. Cortez wide to Joseph, blocked, still up. Coupland gets that one over. Oh, Hamilton off the block and down on the Atlantis side. Blocked straight down, but on the Atlantis side, point for the Lady Eagles. They'll take set point here, 24-21. Romero. Ooh, an overpass, McGuirt with a big swing. Oh, they gave the point to Atlantis, saying McGuirt contacted the net. Substitution for Atlantis as Geraldo goes back to serve.
Definitely a tight call, but sometimes
they were both close to the net.
Yeah.
Lady Eagles still with the set point here, 24-22. Oh, an overpass. Atlantis. Oh, big swing in the back there from Cortez. Eagles with the chance here. Hamilton off some fingers. No. No touch signaled by the referee, and this one tightens up.
I was going to say, best case scenario, sometimes those tight and somewhat controversial calls serve to motivate you
This one, Folker, back set, McGuirt's there. Back set from Atlantis, lefty swing, and just drops. And we'll get some extra volleyball here in this second set, 24-24. Atlantis goes on a little run here to tie things up. Fending off a few set points, and then with an ace, Lathers unable to dig that one. Pulling ahead 25-24, Coach Oman calls her second timeout of this second set. All right, both teams have used both of their timeouts here in this second set. 25-24 deficit for the Lady Eagles, needing to score here to keep this set alive. Lou, Folker, Hamilton off the block and out, they score. Good job by Hamilton using that cross court attack and the block effectively. Folker back to serve. She sometimes gets these weird aces. We'll see if one drops in here. Not this time. Atlantis setting it up, and there's a double call, giving the point to the Lady Eagles, 26-25, another set point. Folker, dug by the serve receive of Atlantis. Romero in the right spot at the right time. Good over by McGuirt. The block up there. Setters out. Lathers takes it. Gamble gets the swing off. Oh, and Romero, it almost just seemed like couldn't get out of the way as that one ricochets off and out. Point for Atlantis. 26-26. Joseph back to serve. Lathers up to Folker. McGuirt with a big swing, and she scores.
And once again, knowing to go to that player when you have a hot hitter, giving it back to her.
Right, one thing I'm noticing with McGuirt's technique, we talked, it's a little bit interesting, her approach to the net, but I think she does a really great job of following through, of getting that chin down as that arm comes through on the swing, making sure it doesn't sail out the back of the court too often. A back row swing from Romero, high off the hands, handled in the front row. Cortez with the swing, Romero. McGuirt takes the second hit. Hamilton now, off some hands. Still alive for Atlantis. Cortez, blocked, I believe, by McKinney, but down on her own side. (27-27). These teams back and forth here as Copeland exits for Flores. Libero with the serve. Folker. Gamble kind of in the middle there as the offense was getting started. Cortez up high, touched. Oh, it just falls in front of the Lady Eagles back line. Medina, set point for Atlantis University. Up, Hamilton, Folker, Gamble, Doug, be a free ball. Lady Eagles can take advantage. Oh, Folker goes on two. I think the net kept it up just long enough. Oh, a block by McKinney. Oh. Hamilton trying to say there was no touch. The official said there was. It didn't matter, as it ends up as a point for the Lady Eagles. McKinney playing an excellent middle here for the Lady Eagles tonight as well.
Yeah, really showing some versatility. We've seen her mainly in the outside hitting position.
Hamilton, tie game here, 28-28. Cortez, big swing, but no hands there, and it's out. Set point again for the Lady Eagles. Competitive, tight second set here. Hamilton not jump serving this time. Oh, off some hands, Lathers. Folker, gamble. Something contacted the net, but no call. Pushed deep and wide. Point for the Lady Eagles, 30-28 in a competitive second set, as the Lady Eagles just edge out a 2-0 set lead here. We'll take a few-minute break and head to the third set.
It's a passion that unites us, the heartbeat of everything we do. Since 1974, we've been building, reaching, expanding our limits. And yet today, one thing hasn't changed. Pensacola Christian College empowers leaders to influence the world for Christ.
Choosing a college is so much more than deciding where you're going to live for the next few years. It's choosing a culture, group of people, and academic standard that will shape you into the person you want to become. It's an exciting time, and when you visit campus, it gets even more exciting. It's your moment to get a feel for the atmosphere and community. Catch a game, sit in on classes, visit chapel, make new friends, and so much more. And now you can experience college life your way with multiple visit options. No matter when you come, you'll find a vibrant community influencing the world for Christ. You won't just blend in, you'll belong. So don't wait. See how you can experience PCC today.
Want to get a head start in college? With Pensacola Christian College's online dual enrollment program, you can do just that. Open to juniors and seniors in Christian schools and Abeka Academy homeschoolers, dual enrollment students can take up to 6 online courses per year, all counting towards PCC college credit requirements. With 3 different options throughout the school year and summer, and over 20 courses, choose to lighten your college load. And, depending on your major, finish college early. You will be able to fit courses around your schedule, a perfect way to complete many of your general college education courses before you graduate high school and step foot on campus. To learn more about getting a head start on your education today, visit pcci.edu/dual enrollment.
All right, a long second set there, but the Lady Eagles pulled it out 30-28 to take a 2-0 lead. All players so far for the Lady Eagles have a dig recorded on the stat sheet. Romero still leading the way with 7 kills, closely followed by McGwirt and Hamilton with 6 kills apiece. We've seen some big swings out of the Lady Eagles tonight, some aggressiveness. Carrie, what are you looking for to close out this match in 3 sets?
I'd really like to see the aggression that they ended that second set with, and the urgency, the sense of urgency carried over into this last set. We hope this last set. One thing that is interesting to look through, almost all of the Lady Eagles hitters have double digits attacks for hitting, so that's good to see as we're looking through the stats sheets.
Service up here for Atlantis after the error by Romero. McGwirt laughing to herself as she just got that one over the net and down for the point. Gamble enters the game. Reduced the number of service errors from 5 to 3 in that second set. Volker. McGwirt takes advantage of the overpass.
You know, that was a smart play by McGwirt. She realized that there were a lot of defenders pulled up to the net, and she very wisely pushed that to the back, that back corner where it was open.
Volker serves it. Up high. Off the hands. Setters out. Lathers to Gamble. Oh, a good one. High off the dig. Still alive, but that one goes into the net. Point for the Lady Eagles.
A big swing from the right side there from Gamble.
Feels like she feeds off the aggressiveness sometimes of the others, and she's swinging hard tonight.
Absolutely, and not just her. You know, it's everyone on a team.
Volker again taking that first hit. Lathers feeds Gamble again. Oh, still up. Hamilton. Good scramble along the net there. Oh, blocked. Oh, good play by McGwirt. Good joust by Gamble. This one in the middle for McGwirt. Oh, Doug. Hamilton just touches it there. Libero. And that one finally put down there by Atlantis. Interesting little volley back and forth.
Yeah, a lot of really tight net play.
Medina, the libero, back to serve for Atlantis. Serve receive ready, but no need as a service error for the Atlanteans.
Never upset when you see a strong server like her go back and, you know, just go ahead and make that error on their own.
Kinney into the game as McGwirt goes back to serve. Wide for, Cortez. She pushes it off the block and out as Volker unable to quite get to that one. A substitution for the Atlanteans. 4-3 early here lead for the Lady Eagles. Hamilton to Volker. Kinney with the swing, and it just doesn't quite get over.
It was really good direction. The idea of that swing and that hit was going to be really good.
Right, she's one of the few attackers not with double-digit attempts, maybe not quite in the rhythm that she had hoped. Oh, kind of awkward. Volker punches it over, but are they going to go, okay, 4 hits. I thought maybe one of those touches at the net could be ruled a block.
Yeah.
But not a block attempt, and the official wise to it. Atlantis takes a 5-4 lead. Hamilton to Volker. Quick set there for Gamble. And unable to be dug. Point for the Lady Eagles. Volker seems to have just excellent timing with all of these Lady Eagle hitters.
Yeah, and once again, and we've talked about this, but so many of these Eagles have been playing together for the last several years. And that just really helps out your timing when you have that relationship already established.
Hamilton back to the jump serve, and it works out. 6-5 lead for the Lady Eagles. Another one here. She just likes this side of the court better, perhaps. Ooh, high off the block, and Lathers dives, gets a hand on it, but unable to do anything with it. Cortez to Lathers. Hamilton wide to Romero. Tough angle, but inside the antenna. Big swing, goes long, no touch, point for the Lady Eagles. Right, those really wide sets. The Lady Eagles have done a good job with getting those cross-court attacks in. Oh, deep but played. Cortez to Joseph, free ball for the Lady Eagles. Hamilton to Fulker. Kinney, oh, good swing by Kinney, and it's in.
And you see that hit that she's been looking for so far tonight.
Big smile on her face after that kill. Grace Liu back to serve. Joseph on the swing, off the block. Block been there a lot tonight, but that time it sneaks through. Copeland into the game for Atlantis as Flores back to serve. Liu, Fulker, Romero just touches it, and net violation from Atlantis leads to a Lady Eagle point. I think the ball fell anyways. It'd be nice if we could still count those kills.
Yeah.
If it's just a net violation. Joseph, big swing, and just splits. Feels like she's split a couple times, those defenders on the back line.
Yeah, I was going to say, she's doing a really good job of splitting those defenders, really testing their communication.
Yeah, Lathers and Hamilton now communicating about that, deciding if any adjustment should be made. Fulker setting it up for Romero. Off some hands and down. Point for the Lady Eagles. Fulker, McWirt, Hamilton in the front row. Oop. Oh, an out of rotation call. We don't see that much, but point for the Lady Eagles.
I believe a little bit of overlap in their setup there.
They'll get things sorted out. And Romero back to serve again. Oh, just hits the tape and rolls down. (11-9) the lead here for the Lady Eagles. All around, they've played an excellent match so far. Oh, Romero kind of double clutched, and it just goes off her hands for a point for Atlantis. Tough sometimes to commit to those in-between balls.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially with a tough competitor like this, you don't want to give up free points in that if that is an out ball, you wanted to let it go out, but you also don't want to give up free points in that you make a serve receive error like that.
Right, the ace falls in for Atlantis, tying the game 11-11. Coach Oman takes a little break, wants to talk things over. We'll give you a little break as well and rejoin you after this timeout. teams have retaken the court. Tied third set, 11-11, but the Lady Eagles lead this match 2-0. Joseph back to serve for the Atlanteans. Romero, Lathers, Lou on the serve receive. McWirt ends up taking it though. Volker back to McWirt, big swing off the block, and too many touches by the same player there. And it'll be a point for the Lady Eagles. Kinney re-enters the game. And some issues with who should be where. Lou ends up in the front row on this point. Blocked by McWirt, and a point for the Lady Eagles. All right, they'll try to get this sorted out. I think the wrong player just went back to serve.
I was going to say, just giving Kenny a little back row experience, Lou some front row time.
Yeah, sure. Go for it. Ends up at the point. Volker now serving. And a block there, both blockers right there. And a timeout by Atlantis as the Lady Eagles responded well out of that timeout. 14-11 the lead here in the third set. (14-11) the Lady Eagles lead in this third set. 2-0 their lead in the match as well. Volker with the serve. Handled by the Atlanteans. High set, high hit, and out. The block was there, forcing the Atlanteans to go over. Volker serving it. Tight pass. Handled. Oh, blocked, kept up by McWirt. Oh, a good block by McWirt. Swing by McWirt, and she scores. Just doing it all herself there in the front row. Volker. Serve here. Handled by Atlantis. First offense. Off the block. Nope, there was a touch whistle. Tough ones at the net there, but the point does end up going to the Lady Eagles. Believe a little trouble corralling that ball, but we've got it under control. Volker back to serve. This one over, and oh, Volker running quickly from the back line there after the serve. The joust won by Atlantis.
Does a great job by Volker keeping that one alive. That was a really tight ball, and she was coming from a weird position.
Romero, Volker. McWirt is right there. Big swing. Just handled. Oh, still alive, but not quite. Kept alive by the Atlanteans.
Some admirable hustle from the Atlanteans.
Right, some width over there on that side of the court, but not quite enough. McWirt with the serve. Back set. Oh, off the block. And here to our monitor. And it's a point for the Atlanteans. Lady Eagles lead 18-13, trying to keep momentum on their side.
It's so nice when you are a player who, like McGirt tonight, is just having a night where everything is clicking and everything is coming together. It's so nice when you're having one of those nights and you can actually capitalize on it. You can really gain a lot of confidence from a night like this.
Yeah, McGirt. Boy, it feels like a lot of the hitters are having really good nights.
Yeah, absolutely.
McGirt especially being involved on the defensive side of play as well with the blocks. That one tried to be dumped there by the Atlanteans, but a point for the Lady Eagles. Certainly, you know, with some tough losses, you like to come and get.
Yeah.
We don't want to put the W on it yet, but a strong performance at least so far for the Lady Eagles.
Yeah, so not only a win, but a win where you can take a lot of good out of it as well.
Oh, bit of a miss hit there on the service by Hamilton.
And you know, one thing that's always important to remember is that when we have these really strong hits like we've seen from so many of the Eagles hitters tonight, all of those are built on the backs of a really solid defense and a good set. And that is something that throughout this season, the Eagles have been pretty good at.
Right, Lathers just tried to set it a little too close to the net, being a bit out of system. 20-15 lead for the Lady Eagles. Over and a little too long. 21-15 as Lou re-enters for Gamble. Oh, and a block. Romero exclaims with excitement. Feels like the Lady Eagles are having fun tonight. 22-15 lead here in this third set, and Atlantis calls another timeout. Some substitutions here for the Lady Eagles. Looks like it will be Emma Carnicolis in for Kinney, and Bailey Barbosa entering for Hamilton. Lou still back to serve. Barbosa into the back row, Carnicolis into the front row. Ooh, a roll shot there just over the defense, the block, and in front of Barbosa. Diving and unable to quite get there.
That's kind of a hard position you're excited to be in, but it's such a mental game to be ready to come in at any point and to instantly insert yourself into the action.
There she is, Barbosa,
Great
up to
serve
Folker.
receive.
And she scores. Good dump there by Folker. And McGirt re-enters for Carnick.
As part of the libero middle hitter
Libero.
substitution.
Right. Okay, so Lathers with the serve. Pushed over, Romero to Folker. Ooh, a back set. Barbosa gets a swing.
Good swing.
Oh, a one-handed dig there by Lou. Romero with a big swing. And it ends in a net violation by Atlantis. Coach Oman asking for kind of an awkward touch there at the net. Turns out okay for the Lady Eagles as we advance to match point. 24-16, Lathers back to serve. Oh, scrapes the top of the net, but it's over. Out wide, Joseph into the net. Point for the Lady Eagles. A really good 3-set win for the Lady Eagles tonight, Carrie. 25-16, 30-28, a longer second set there, then 25-16 in this third set. Final thoughts here as we wrap things up.
This is just such an encouraging game. The team has shown themselves a lot of positives, even from getting off to a pretty slow start in that first set, overcoming some mistakes that they were making and ending on a really solid run. Also, when you think back and you look back over the errors that you did make, you know, we never like having service errors, but it's those mistakes that you can correct and you can address relatively easily. So even looking at those mistakes, it's encouraging, looking forward and looking ahead to the remainder of the season.
Well, no time to waste. The Lady Eagles are right back at it, keeping their momentum hopefully going tomorrow morning as they will play Atlantis University again here in the Nest. We hope you'll join us then, 10 a.m. Have a good rest of your evening.